What's up, guys? So I think this would be a good upload, a good kind of first video for my channel, and something that sounds like is very relatable for a lot of bigger guys in jiu-jitsu. I didn't even know up until recently. I thought I was, to be honest, I even took things kind of personal, which I shouldn't have. But just some background about myself. So at the moment of this video, I'm around 240 pounds. I did powerlifting from the ages of 22 to around 26 when I started jiu-jitsu. And I've always been a heavier, relatively heavier, stronger guy. We'll put it that way. And when I started jiu-jitsu, to my surprise, there weren't a lot of guys who were above 200 pounds, at least in the two gyms that I've gone to. I'm sure it could vary gym to gym. I'm sure it could vary state to state. But there were not a lot of heavier guys, So me getting into it, it was very easy to want to use physical attributes, especially being newer to it, to just, we'll call it overpower guys who are more experienced, get away with things that I wouldn't be able to normally get away with going against guys who are my size and my strength level. So my first 3 months of jiu-jitsu was doing things I shouldn't have done, trying to bench people off me, getting arm barred, trying to, plow through people's guards and getting triangled. But that just comes with learning, that's part of being new, I would say, the process. But even up until recently, as I've started to refine things more, I've come across a problem where not too many people want to roll with me, or a lot of bigger guys that I've seen. I've talked to some bigger guys at the gym I'm at now. One of them's actually even a purple belt, and he saw me kind of standing around, during the rolling, and he kind of took me aside. He's like, "Oh man," it's like, "a lot of people don't roll." He said, "It's it is what it is." I kind of get it. I've talked to some of the upper belts about it, and he was basically saying the same thing, that I think the guy's probably maybe 240, 260, a little bit older, but he says he comes across the same thing as a pro belt. So at that point, I was like, okay, you know what? I shouldn't take it personal, I mean, I understand that there is risk involved ultimately, even if people are trying to do things safe and not, I guess, go crazy, we'll say. Even just having someone much heavier than you stacking you or whatever or whatnot, falling body weight, there are things that can happen. So I get it. But why I'm making this video is for bigger guys in jiu-jitsu to kind of understand that if they have experienced those things, that it's relatable. It's something that I've gone through and continue to go through. It's something I've talked to many bigger guys and they go through. And one of my former coaches, actually, he was a 300-pound, Masters world champion. And he said the same thing. He said pretty much no matter what gym you go to, guys are going to say, oh, you're using strength. And even if you're trying to be more technical. And he told me the best thing that I can do is, if I'm going against guys who are way a lot less than me, work on positional escapes, work on guard retention, because that's something that, being newer to it, I mean, guard retention is something I really want to work on anyway. So just really getting good off your back, because even me coming from a little bit of a wrestling background, I didn't do very much wrestling, but still, we'll call it a little bit of a wrestling background, and being a heavier guy, it's easy to, that stuff's going to come easy, the top pressure, stuff like that, takedowns, is going to come easy. But fighting off your back is such a foreign concept. Even in wrestling, you're on your back, you lose. In judo, you get thrown on your back, the match is over. So it kind of is what makes jiu-jitsu unique in a way. So in a way, I'm happy to be getting more comfortable off my back. But again, the frustration that I have is guys still, even with all those things, even with me trying to be more technical, don't want to roll with me. Now, I'm open to the possibility that maybe even me holding back, maybe I feel stronger than I think. And I've been told that, that even when I think I'm going light, to someone else, it might feel heavy, or might feel harder. And that's understandable. I've like to believe and try to be open-minded and understanding. But, I mean, it's just going to take time, and that's totally fine. The gym I'm at right now, which is an excellent gym, and I'm going to, definitely want to stay there. I'm sure as time goes on and guys kind of know me more, they'll be more comfortable to roll and whatnot. But just thought I'd make this video because it's something that I used to take it personal. I'll be straightforward and say I used to take it personal. I used to get offended by it when people wouldn't want to roll with me. I mean, the reality is, look, we go to the gym to train. I need my mat time, as we all do. That's why we're there. We're not there to watch people roll. Although it can be, and there's some very, what we'll say, like watching some of the upper belts roll. I can see stuff. I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. Like, I wonder how that works and stuff. But you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not there to just sit around and watch people roll. So I would just say find ways to work around it, and even just taking someone and be like, hey, let's drill something. Let's drill triangle escapes. Let's drill side control escapes. Like just drilling instead of rolling. I think, because I'm myself personally, at least recently, I've been getting more out of drilling and situational rolling than I have out of just live rolling. You know, I'll save a lot more of the live rolling for open mat. But yeah, guys, especially if you come from like a powerlifting background, weightlifting background, or just a heavier guy in general, don't take it personal. It's part of the game, we'll say, and something that sounds like most, if not all, big guys that I've really talked to have gone through. Even I was listening to someone, he was I think he's a brown belt now. He actually is a YouTuber, and he was saying that there's been gyms that he's been at, and it's been a year he's been there since you know, some people will even roll with him, you know. Just being I think the guy's probably around 240 as well, so just being a heavier guy. So, yeah, guys, anyway, I hope you enjoyed the upload. Feel free to subscribe. I'm going to be uploading probably a lot more rolling content, live rolling content.